गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರವೇ ನಮಃ. ಅದು ಕೀ ಎಂದು ಶಬ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿತು ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಶಬ್ದ ಮಾಡಿ
ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಬಟನ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಶಬ್ದ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತೇ ಆಯಿತು, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಆಯಿತು.
अवंत्याम शूद्रको वसति. शूद्रका lives in Avanti.
Correct.
गंगायां प्रभूतं जलं वर्तते. Ganga has plenty of water.
Correct. Prabhutam jalam. Because prabhutam is adjective to jalam. Therefore it is in keeping with jalam. Prabhutam jalam. Gangayam. Saptami ekavacham. In Ganga. Gangayam prabhutam jalam vartate. Correct. Second alave. Gangayam. Oh, that is to be translated into English. Oh, there is plenty of water. Alave.
There is plenty of water in Ganga.
Okay.
Ganga has plenty of water.
Both are correct. In the Ganga. Okay.
प्रजानां धर्मे प्रवर्तनं नृपैः क्रियते. The involvement of the subjects in dharma is done by the king.
Involvement, I think that is better. Engaging. Involvement or engaging. Engaging means occupying. Remain occupied in it. Or engaging means ತೊಡಗಿಸುವುದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ತೊಡಗಿಸುವುದಂದರೆ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದೆಮ್. I think that expression is not there. Pravartanam is a Sanskrit expression we don't have. Engaging. Prajanam
dharme pravartanam.
Engaging of people in dharma. Engaging of people in dharma is done by
the king, by the kings.
Nrupaihi is done by kings. Correct. That means people see in those days what was the this is the beautiful thing. The duty of kings is to make the people remain in dharma. Remain in the practice of dharma. In fact, yes, that means to engage people in practice of dharma. In dharma means in bracket nalli in practice of dharma. Engaging people or engaging of people, engagement of people in practice of dharma is done by kings. See, this is a beautiful niti. In those days, kings were not doing business. Production was in the hands of common people. All Shudras are producers. They were all producers. So, business done by Vaishyas. Education is given to Brahmanas. They do the job of education. Even the hospitals and etc., that they alone do it. But when people are practicing all these things, they should not indulge in adharma. Means in the quality of a medicine, in the quality of food, in the quality of sale, what you call the product that is sold, in prices, in exploiting in property and etc. You take the work and don't give the payment. These things alone, in short, that the court cases. Dharma, law and order. Police, court, only these things they will do. That's all. Only law and order, the dharma, and leave it to the people. Now the modern days, production, whether it is a capitalism or capitalism is a private production, it is in the hands of private few people, and communism is in the government production. Government itself does the producers.
However, it is
centralized. One is centralized. Second is when the government is directly involved in business, in production, economics, then the corruption and all that starts.
True.
Then capitalists control the king by bribing. Because in democracy, voting is required. Then they pressurize that you make the... See, why do they want it? They want the policies to their convenience. Therefore, they bribe the people. They bribe the government, because government depends upon money for the private people. They have to pay them. So they will control. They will make the laws in such a way that they alone are benefited and people are not taken. People are not affected much. That means people are not taken care of. There is important. So they pressurize. So in those days this was not possible. Kings were independent. Kings were independent. In productions, Shudras were independent. Government can't do anything. Only in that adharma you should not do. In the quality of vastu and in charging heavily high and all that. Overcharging and exploiting the people. Only you should not go into dharma. Adharma. That's all. So production is his freedom. Selling is his own freedom. People's need, he takes care of it and provides it. Isn't it? Therefore, now they are independent. The producers, Shudras, are independent in productions and sales. Then Vaishyas are independent in their own business and all those things. Then Brahmanas are independent. The syllabus, what they teach, everything they decide it. Only the Vaishyas and kings donate money for the lands and etc. for food, clothes and other things for the play. But the subject and teaching, they leave it to them, because the people who are experts in the subject, they should have a freedom to teach it. Now the politics, for their own sake, they won't interfere in the subject. They say, no, syllabus should be this, and you have to praise the government. You should not find fault with the king. Now what happens to this? Government is trying to interfere and control the syllabus, education system, hospital, it interferes. Now in the service centers like hospitals, production, all these things you see. In those days, two things, these two, hospital, education, and even the production and sales, all this has become terrible enemies of the common man.
True.
In those days, the production and businessman's sales, people needed certain things, so the businessman would supply their need. You need certain things and he brings the things from one place to another place and supplies them. And he takes the charge for his own carrying and transporting. So here, they were supplying the needs of people. Now the production is not supplying the need of the people. An industrialist wants to make money, and he thinks of what will be in great demand. He looks at it. This vastu is not available. Okay, then we will produce it. For that we create an attraction by spending a lot of money in advertisement. You create a need. You tempt people and make them to buy. The price we decide it, not the people. It is not that the people want it. It is these people who tempt it and create a need, create an artificial need. Then you will have to buy them. Once you buy, then he makes money. Here, industrialist who wants to sell and make money, he creates a need and supplies it. Then gives an advertisement. Then he competes with others, suppresses other fellow and does it. Ultimately, it is just attracting the people, tempting the people, enslaving the people and make them to buy. Did they want it? Did they say, we want this kind of a thing? This fellow produces it and makes it attractive. After production, he gives a plenty of advertisement. Then he makes the people to buy. If they don't buy, they will connect it to some other thing which is necessary. Some other thing he has to buy. He says, if you buy these things, this must be necessary. You must buy. That means somehow he entraps you and makes you to buy. Our government laws are made such that government says that everybody should use this thing. So in this transport you have to use this thing. That's all. When the government makes a law, then everybody is forced to buy. Either through government or through business or through some other thing. Somehow you make the people to buy. Once you buy these things, then you become dependent on it. Once you become dependent, they make something else necessary for it. So businessmen are enslaving and trapping, whether it is capitalism or communism. Both are producing in large scale, making the people dependent on bhogavastu, more and more bhogavastu, make them excessively dependent on them. Once they become dependent, then increase the prices, make it some kind of a costly thing, produce that thing, this thing, you add up, you destroy the nature, add something and make the one side nature is destroyed. People become dependent on the vastu. Then their income is not enough, then wife and husband, both of them have to work. Then they have to work more also, more number of hours, so that their attention is only to buy things and make our life luxurious. So you make it a bhoga parayana. Where is dharma in it? Where is purushartha in it? Are you supplying a need or a desire of a person, or you are creating a desire? First time, I was a science student. I was not economic student, but up to 10th class, everybody studies little bit. Once I came to intermediate, PUC, my elder brother, just 1 year senior to me, he was an arts student, he was studying economics and communism he liked, and he would read out the portion, say communism does like that. I hated it instantly, I didn't like it. Then what is economics? I just took his book and tried to read it. In school days, I think I don't remember what I read it. First thing is there was no regular classes, because during Telangana agitation, months together we didn't go to school at all. Months together we didn't go to school. Somehow they conducted some test and passed us. So I didn't know much of our subjects at all. When it comes to PUC, then when I read his book, he says economics means what is available in nature, transforming into usable object. That is called production. Either agricultural production or industrial production. What is available, a raw material in the nature, you produce it and consume it. What say? Production and sales and consumption. For production, what do you say? Land, labor. What is that? Land, labor and capital organization. 4. Land, labor, capital, organization. With these 4 you produce. After production, you produce in large scale, transport it and supply them. They will buy and consume. Now they say if you sell certain things, they enjoy them and they may fulfill that desire, but more desire arises once you enjoy. Therefore, you need to produce more objects. Then once they start consuming, then the desires increase. Therefore, you need to produce. Thus, economics is an eternal subject there. As I read it, I threw away the book. This is enslaving it. Because in my 8th class alone, I started reading Bhagavad Gita. This present economics is enslaving you, not making you a mature person, responsible person. It is making addicted to bhogas. Bhoga padarthakki parayanaragi. You see the very logic. People have desires. You supply some objects. By enjoying them, more desires increase. Then more objects are wanted. You have to produce more and sell them. They buy more and enjoy them. They need more objects. More objects, more enjoyment, more desires and more objects. More desires and more objects, it becomes an endless topic. That means endlessly you are addicted to them. Therefore, economics is eternal, ongoing and eternal subject. I understood this is a terrible thing. I threw it out. This is the modern. Now, where is the Purushartha, human needs? What is the human goal? Chaturvida Purushartha. All this doesn't exist. A person wants to make a money and then produce and sell it. You create a desire in a person by advertisement, by temptation. There are many things. If your neighbor buys first and then you see other fellow will get tempted. You create a social structure where one fellow buys, other fellows will feel guilty. His wife tells, son says, he has got a car, we don't have a car, we must have a car. Otherwise, they come and ask, hey, you don't. Then the film produce a film which shows that, hey, you don't have that thing. You create a tempt, status consciousness. Then you also have to buy. Money is not there. If money is not there, both husband and wife work. If that is not there, then start taking bribes. Then do some other side business and some such thing. Make more money, buy more things, more enjoy. Eternally you are busy. In those days, just to take up a job and earn something for your sustaining your life. And remaining thing, spend your time for culture, values, some art, music and poetry and some such thing. So that certain basic needs are fulfilled. Thereafter, pursue your interest depending upon your interest. So that was a Purushartha. Pursue something of dharma, seva, either seva or some kind of art or music or poetry or some seva or some japa, dhyana, puja or some kind of sadhana. So, first basic minimum everybody needs it. Health and food and certain things. Thereafter the remaining, keep some time and spend that time for dharma and music and art and creativity so that your mind will be refined and purified. That was it. Now, not that you have no time. Then all music is commercialized. Poetry is commercialized. Everything is to you paint and go and sell it and make money. And what is attractive, see that. Either poetry, you write poetry to attract people, or some kind of thing, either you entertain people, make money, or you use it for communistic ideology, political ideology, Islamic ideology, Christian ideology. To propaganda ideology, you use the poetry. And our education system. Education system has become propaganda and invasion. Business has become enslaving. Then politics also is becoming enslaving. Politics is not dharma. Business is not dharma. Education is not dharma. Everything is propaganda, enslaving. All vrittis have become propaganda and enslaving. This is the modern civilization. See the difference? All hospital also. They say if there is a rare problem, rare disease, a rare operation, for the rare one you have to bring some operation, some table, some instrument, etc. If you bring the rare, it is highly costly. For that rare one person, if you bring it, it won't be useful. To make it useful, then the more people should fall sick or more problems should be created. Otherwise, how will you? Then we say, if it is a rare one, let this fellow go to the city or somewhere far off and get it done. Or if one person dies, it's okay. Then what can you do? Or let him heal it in a different way. Some different way, let him heal it and then tolerate it. Then now we say, wildly you live that. Even if your hands and legs are broken, doesn't matter. See, hands and legs are broken. In those days, hands and legs are broken. Don't live like. Live a safe life. Keep your life safe. Don't. Nowadays you say, horse, what is that, races? Car races, scooter races. It's highly risky. Brakes we will do operation. That means, seeing the operation, you do more and more this. Because hospitals are there, they will look after. More you venture, more you do sahasa, more you break your legs. Now this is a vicious circle you created. More and more. Now for that thing, now we want, everybody wants a super specialty hospital nearest in your town. All too many. Now for that thing, if you have got a lab, every day you need hundreds of testing. Otherwise the lab cannot run, and then an appointment, a technician and a officer, medical officer, all that thing is not possible. Then you need more and people. They say more and more order the testing, whether you need or not. Do it, everything, testing. What is this? Are you supplying the need? Are you creating artificial need and to run the hospital and to run the business and to run these things? To sell your business, to sell your industrial products. Isn't it?
True.
You understood my question? Are you supplying the need or you are creating a need in order to sell?
Artificially they are creating the need.
For selling it.
For selling.
That means selling is important, producing is important, making money is important, not your need. That means human being has become another commodity, another object for the product producers, for the salesman, for the businessman, for the kings to use you. You have become a pawn. Human being is not a center of life. Human being is an object for something else. In Islam, Christianity also, human being is not a center. His Purushartha is not a center. They have got a group. God made a plan for you. Everybody should submit it and follow this. Human being is not center. Your Chaturveda Purushartha is not a center. You are useful for certain ideology. You have to subscribe to ideology. You follow our ideology. If you don't follow, we'll kill you. You have to follow our ideology. Communist ideology, Islam ideology, Christian ideology. You have to subscribe it. If you don't follow, we'll kill you. Our rules say that heretic should be persecuted and a blasphemer should be killed. Now, these are ideologies imposed according to somebody's need. Now, our Dharma Shastra starts. What is human nature? What is the human heart wants? What are your desires? How many desires you have? What are the real behind all these desires? Is there any common desire? If you fulfill that, you will become permanently happy. What is the human nature? What does the human heart wants? Look at it. There is a Chaturveda Purushartha. Human heart wants. We start with the human heart. What is nature? Understand the human nature. What is real? Why he has got a problem? Because of his body and karma and etc. His desires and etc. Why desires at all? What is the nature of the heart, human being? How can he transcend all these desires and become free? We learn the human nature and try to discover his Atma Swarupa, where he becomes free. That is starting all Hindu religions, Indian religions like that. But they think God has a plan for you. He has got an ideology and you are supposed to submit to them and you enslave you. It's an ideology. They are ideologies to enslave people. All these are like communistic, capitalistic, Islam, Christianity. All of them are external. Impose the political ideologies. Invade the countries and enslave them and convert the country into one such ideology. Do they ever bother? Do you need it? Do you is there any transformation in the personality? Does he change? Does he grow? Is there any growth in this personality? Does he become enlightened or does he become great? Does he get full satisfaction of his life? Who cares for you? We have an ideology imposed. Whole thing, you see, what kind of civilization is it? What kind of thinking it is? But all these ideologies are unitedly attacking Hinduism, finding fault with Hinduism, maligning it, negatively present it, misrepresent it, say that it is a barbaric, it is inequality, it is enslaving. Hinduism is nothing but enslaving people. All caste system is enslaving. Idol worship is foolishness. We are all enlightened, liberal, educated, cultured, we are civilized. They talk of it. Now you see what modern civilization is. Has modern civilization, America, Europe created one Tattvajnani? Do they feel Tattvajnani is the goal of our life?
No. They don't.
Only more a violent person like our Osama bin Laden is an ideal for you. Isn't it?
True.
More an arrogant Asura is an ideal for you. Vivekananda said some of the things boldly. Our people alone didn't understand. I think Vivekananda talked some of the things boldly. Certain things, of course, some of them we can't accept. Certain things are different. But many things he talked beautifully. But our people didn't understand. Next people didn't follow. Didn't popularize to the education system. All these people used Vivekananda against Hinduism. They used Vivekananda's criticism against Hinduism and incorporated in our constitution and Nehru and then this communistic ideology and then Congress party and etc. They enslaved it. The Vivekananda's goal of Purushartha, spirituality, all that is set aside. School, college, is there any syllabus?
No.
The first secularism they brought, which means set aside Hinduism and Bhagavad Gita and Hindu outlook. Now you see, from the nursery onwards until the MSc, PhD, or even in MBBS or engineering anywhere, does ever occur what is the Purushartha, what is the goal of human life? Is there a single question? What is the real human being wants? Not that you impose a desire in him. You impose a Purushartha. And instinctively, naturally, what is the Purushartha? Purushartha means a human need, human desire. Naturally, what does the human being want? Is there any Shastra? So many Shastras, branches of knowledges have evolved from Europe and America. Does any of them discuss what is the human need, human desire?
No.
Human being is a secondary. That's why earlier our education department was called Education Department, Education Ministry, Education Minister. Now they changed it to Human Resources. That means a human being is a resource for production. Supposing one kind of a raw material is available in one state, is a resources. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ?
ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ.
Sampanmoola. Human being is a Sampanmoola. That means he is an object for production of some unit. You train him, make him useful for our production unit, so that he will, therefore, your personal desires, that's why you see our offices and government rules are such that we put a rules, timings, you come and work here and go. But you have no time for this thing, we don't care. Your family structure, you are taking care of children, your wife and etc. You love and care and values culture, we don't care. You come and produce. Production. You are here as a human resource, object for production. You produce large scale and we'll pay you money, that's all. If you don't come, then we'll remove you, we'll give you trouble and all kind of thing. Then they also see them, person is only a producing unit, that's all. Or an instrument for it. In those days, job is one part of it, but your life, festivals were there, you take care of your family festivals, culture, daily rituals you do, spending time with your children, husband and relatives come. They say, hey, too many holidays there, we can't produce them, we can't go to office. All these things, they say, habba, gibbagal, all these things are getting lost. All habbas are unnecessary, but they give you culture, values, spirituality, rituals, parayana, bhakti, these things, parents, children, relationship, wife and husband, etc. Taking. Now there is no time to take care of parents. Send them to old age home because now production. Both husband and wife go there. For morning they go early morning 7 o'clock, evening 7 o'clock they come back home. Where is the time for to look after all those things? Now how person is a pawn in the production unit. Production is to enslave people. Now this is called development, civilization. Then what is the role of man? Human being. Do they ever bother?
No.
Education gives you, education, does it gives you values and responsibility, how to be a good father, how to be a good son, how to be a good husband, then how to be a responsible citizen, then nothing. How to be a good producer, as technical skill you learn, you can be, no, how to be an employable technical man. An employable technical man. You can be employed in a unit and will pay you money and you produce. That's all. Now what is education? Vivekananda talked of character building, all this Purushartha, spiritual, all that is thrown out. They used Vivekananda. Education should be given to all. In those days there was no education. We should give it to all cost and every education. Vivekananda used it. Now that word, how they twisted it and used it. He meant differently. He meant differently how they used it. That means everybody is used as an employable technician.
True.
Therefore, right in front of me, the name Education Ministry has been removed, called Human Resources Department. Even Human Resources. Manava Sampanmoola Yanappa. No, the idea I am talking. The meaning of what does it mean? Is human being is a Sampanmoola?
No,
a Vastu? Is he a Vastu?
No.
Or is he a center of life?
Center of life.
His heart, human desires, human Purusharthas. So, to supply the Purushartha, society is there. Human being has to evolve and to into a full-fledged being.
True.
What is the Purushartha? That's what Atma, inner thinking. What is the Purushartha? Nobody talks of it. Even yoga makes you relaxed so that it relieves you tension, so that you can work better in your office, so that you can make more money. Vedanta you learn so that you can work better. Everything is only working better, make you instrument alone for production. Not for your learning. And that's why yoga is used for, again, commercial way and for worldly things alone, for to make you as a producible object, what you call employable object. Where is human being? Where is his Purushartha? That's why you see the frustrations. People have no joy. If they want to work, people desiring so many entertainments. Now you see how much entertainment people need. Holidays they need, entertainments they need. They go to the picnics, they go to the parks, etc. Seeing America. Why do you need so much of entertainment? Because the life they are not living wholeheartedly.
True.
Profession, they were living with a dharma, with a seva, with a bhakti bhava. Even the wife and husband, even marriage is a bhakti bhava and a dharma. Parents looking after is a dharma. Looking after children, loving, caring is a dharma, is a love. It is a deeper relationship touching your heart. Now everything is commercial relationship. How much my father takes care of me, money, and pays me lakhs of rupees and puts me in a good school so that I'll become a big engineer. My son will become engineer and go to America, doctor and go to America, that's all. He'll make a lot of money. And therefore later you regret that my son doesn't take care of me in my old age because he has gone to America. You left your parents and from the village and you came to city. Your son will leave you and go to America. All of them are suffering. So the human relationships have become shallow. Everything becomes selfish and money, bhoga, money, bhoga. Therefore, the relationship lost depth. In those days, the very relationship, the family relationship was a yajna. Marriage was a yajna. Parents looking after was a yajna. Yajna means that is a deeper sadhana. It is a spiritual. It is a heart. Then that gives you a deeper satisfaction, a deeper joy of life that is missing. That's why you see people need too many entertainments. Money, luxuries, entertainment, go to the picnic and park and films and this. Why? Because life is becoming shallow. Heart is becoming shallow. See, heart is becoming shallow because there is nothing much in life. The whole role of a king has changed now. What is a king? King is an ideology, imposed in. He has to remain in power. To remain in power, he has to do many things. Whole purpose of dharma is lost now. In fact, dharma is a Dharma is an obstruction for our modern civilization. Hinduism is the biggest obstruction because Islam, Christianity is suited because it is organized, control people and use them for an ideology. Communism, Islam, Christianity, Hinduism either has to mold into another communistic or an Islam and Christianity like RSS is doing. RSS is doing the same thing.
True.
Mold Hinduism into another ideology, an organized ideology like Islam, Christianity or communism, or change the whole society into our Hindu outlook. Hindus have not bothered to educate the world that this is real human life. As Vivekananda did it, all Hindu intellectuals, gurus should go all over the world and educate them. What you are doing is a wrong thing.
True.
At least leave some people. Now you see, some people don't want luxuries. They want simple basic needs. They want to work 2 to 3 hours per day, 3 hours or 4 hours per day. Saku. 3 to 4 hours I want to work. Minimum just basic needs I have. Rest of the time I spend for my spiritual sadhana, music, art or some kind of dhyana, japa, seva. I don't want too many luxuries. Is there any provision according to modern law, modern society? Every person for basic need you have to work hard for hours together. Basic need. Just food, cloth and shelter, just for house. Even a simple house you don't get it. True. Simple house means dirty. You don't get clean water. To get a clean water you have to pay high money. Means even a basic needs have become terribly costly. Basic needs are terribly costly. If supposing you don't want to compete, you don't want to compete with the people in this cutthroat competition, you don't want to become suppress others and dominate others and make a lot of money. You want basic needs, physical body, clothes and etc. and spend your time in some kind of a spiritual pursuit or this thing. You can't do. You have to work hard. You have to work hard, compete with them, run with them. You have no time. Morning till evening you have to run. Morning 7 to evening 7 you have to run. And Sunday you are tired, you need rest. Again Monday to Saturday you have to run. You have no time for any festivals, etc. Manayalli, Sandhya Vandana, Puja, Yajna, Habba, Yanilla. You have no time to look after the children, etc. Children also study so that he can get a high percentage marks and get admission in a entrance test and for the engineering and employable. Now, they say you teach children some shlokas, which there is no time, they have to do attempt homework, they have to get score marks. There is no time. Don't teach them now. He'll be busy. Once he is in college, after college is over, he'll get employment. After employment, marriage. Thereafter, there is no time for Bhagavad Gita or Vedanta or anything. When will he learn? Spend money on children, make them another employable people, everything make them machines. Then what happens? Life becomes shallow. There is no depth to your life. That's why even aged people look like rogues, like college boys, ragging and teasing and raping and murdering and all those things. You see them? Even the 40s, 50s also misbehave like school boys, college boys. Do you see the culture in the grown-up people? We have never seen people, 40s, 50s means highly cultured, highly mature. 60 Bandare, we have seen them highly mature people. Life doesn't mean any values at all. Values are obstruction. Dharma is obstruction. Exploitation, cunningness, running, cutthroat competition, telling lies, all these have become values now. Fear, everybody is a fear. Because when you compete, when you see another competitor with you, do you love him and be friendly with him? No. In schools in our days, when we study, my other classmates, exams are coming. On the same day of exam we are going. He says, I have not studied it. Whatever I have studied on the way, 1.5 kilometers we have to go to neighboring village for the school. On the way, whatever I studied, certain important things I will tell him. He will go and write it. Of course, by listening that much, he would write and he would at least get pass marks. In fact, we would do combined study. We would help each other. We will learn each other. Learning the knowledge was important. Therefore, we were sharing. Nowadays, you ask the college, if I tell one piece, he may get one score mark more than me and he will get the pass the competition. I will not get the entrance test. Therefore, he will not tell. He said, no, I have not studied. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. He will pretend as if he doesn't know. But he studies something. He knows something. He will not tell others. That means your own classmate is a competitor, not a friend. The friendship is gone. There is only a competitor. You see other people is a competitor. Once a competitor, then there is a fear. You are afraid of him. You don't love him. You are not a friend of him. Ayya Rama. I am not put it at all. Ayya. What is this?
Still it will be audible only.
Audible means not so much audible. But anyway, now I plugged it. What can we do? This is what it is. So, this is, now see the what in civilization.
True.
Now they see everything negative, everything wrong in our. It is a primitive barbarians. Hinduism is. Hinduism is nothing but barbarian. It doesn't want any development, any happiness at all. They make them like wretched animals alone. Leave them. What is that? Islam, Christianity, communism, or how developed they are. You reduce them into animals. You see the what psychological tensions, worries in America. More psychological problems. Because goalless, directionless. Why we are living, they don't know. Once a teenage boy comes, he just wants to do anything, go anything, do anything. Because there is no goal for life. Why? I should work hard and make money, but I can live. In America, they'll give you, I think, an unemployment scholarship they give you. That will be bare minimum you get the food. Many people I say, they say that I have not got employment. Just this I am told, years together they continue like that. Government gives you unemployment scholarship, that is enough. Why should you do? That's some people those do. But see, okay, we don't mind if you want to develop some civilization, etc. Okay, but there should always be a provision for people who don't want to compete, don't want luxuries. They want to live a simple life. Just a bit. See, we have a one mat, etc. We sleep on the ground, and that is enough. We don't want luxury, furniture, fans, and etc. Simply, we want basic needs. We want a clean water, clean food. If you want, that's why in those days for Brahmana and such people, they say the food were given freely. Certain things were given for low price. Only for commercial rich people, only for such people to charge. For simple, we have to something separate. What you call? We call them like kind of card. What you call in ration cards? Green card, red card, blue card, red card. Some kind of cards are there like that. Some people don't want luxuries, don't want to compete with people, but they want to live a creative life of in spiritual seva, either seva or spirituality or some kind of art, music or some kind of a poetry or some such thing, or spirituality, adhyatmika sadhana. They want to just daily 3 to 4 hours they work. That is enough. They don't have to work much. And they give them card, give them certain low, clean food, clean this thing, that is enough. Don't give luxuries, but basic things are enough. Is there such a provision? Why do generalize it and make everybody you must compete and you must have luxury life and you must spend all your time only for working and make both ends meet alone, you have to work. You have no time, we don't give you time for anything. If you like music, again make money. If you learn poetry, make money. Again making money alone. There should not be only nishkama music, nishkama dharma, nishkama thing at all. Everything should be making business and money and money and money. You should be animal, you should not become human being, you should not be a spiritual man. That is our civilization. You should not be human being, you should be animal. That is our civilization. We make you animal, and not only animal, we will make you machine. That's why Islam, Christianity appreciated, because they are all machines. They are all robots. They are all robots. Ali heltade, whatever mullah say, just follow. That's all. Don't think, don't question. Don't do anything independently. Robots. That's all. If you don't do it, that's all. We'll exploit you, we'll kill you. All that thing.
Even to call this modernism as civilization itself is a disgrace.
There is one book which Swamiji used to quote. Civilization, a disease and it's a remedy. One name of the book Swamiji used to quote. What is that? Edward Carpenter is a scientist. No, Edward Carpenter or some other person. Two people Swamiji often used to quote in all his pravachanas. Civilization, a disease and its remedy. How modern civilization, see, some of the European thinkers thought like Hinduism, they appreciated Hindu way, they found all this is wrong. All this modern civilization is a disease, they told. Okay, if you see, those who want, let them go into that civilization, let them build one colonies like cities, let them make their life unnecessarily costly, cutthroat competition, let them live. But other people, leave them. Some kind of a villages or some kind of colonies. There should be colonies, we want to live a simple life and follow dharma, and we are not interested in this. Those who are interested can go there. If you are fed up these things, leave up all these things, come back to our life. This kind of a life is there. Then they should give us some concession. Food and clothes should be easily available in ration shop for low price for us. So because we are not interested in competition, we don't want any luxuries for us. Give us a simple basic needs. Why don't they provide such life? So people don't have to compete. Now even sannyasi has to do business. You have to teach and you have to do something, otherwise you don't get even food. You also have to compete like with people and then make money. You have to work like people, like daily 7 hours, 8 hours you have to work, then only you'll get food. then very spirituality, very sadhana, japa, dhyana, when will you do? There also you have to work hard. In those days, life was a leisure, because even the very living is a joy. Every moment they will do singing and dancing as a life, like a dharma, like a seva, they were doing it. They give importance to the living wholeheartedly. Means the feeling, you live with a deep feeling of devotion, dharma, bhakti, that has become secondary, external, money, competition, power, possession, control. This has become more important. Now you see, if communism enters a country, does he allow you to live a kind of a life? No. Religions, temples we destroy, we charge the temples. Even temple has to pay tax. Every devotee, if you want to follow Bhagavad Gita, you have to read Bhagavad Gita, pay tax to us, because making money is important. So communism imposes and controls. Islam, Christianity, all of them control and impose. You have no freedom. You can't think. You can't question our church. You can't question Bible and Quran.
Though he is old age, yet he has to earn his bread.
It has become like that. That means, like in those days, food, basic food, water and clothes were easily available for anybody. Those who want luxury alone has to work. Otherwise, basic needs, simply he can live. Basic needs, that's why I told Atiti Satkara means what? Only food we give, place somewhere is there, he will sleep. No fan, no current, nothing. Even we go, some chape you give and he will sleep, and morning get up and some well or something, what you call, river or tank. ಕೆರೆ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಕೆರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ತಿಂತಾನೆ. ಈವನ್ ಟೀ ಕಾಫಿ ಏನು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಅಂಥದ್ದು ಕುಡಿಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಟೀ ಕಾಫಿ ಏನು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೋಗೋದಷ್ಟೇ. ಟೀ ಕಾಫಿ ಇರ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಲು ಇದ್ದರೆ ಹಾಲು ಸಿಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಹಾಲು ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಅದು ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದರು, ಕುಡಿಯೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಸಮ್ ಹಣ್ಣು ಗಿಣ್ಣು, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನೋ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಣ್ಣು ಗಿಣ್ಣು ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಇರುತ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಮನಿ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್. So give food and live there and spend time, and then whatever he knows something he'll tell. If he is a traveler, he will tell the news what he has seen in the other places. He will tell, and then tell thanks and go to the next village. That's all. We also learn something from them, and this thing. In fact, we would love to look after that person. If giving food alone, nothing else. He will sleep somewhere and nothing to give. Nowadays, you see, everything you have to provide. How many things you have to give? Even sannyasi also. Some kind of open place like veranda like place or some room was there, you would stay there and take bhiksha and live there and go. Nowadays, you can't have a room unless you register. If you register, then you have to live in the name of it. Then you have yearly tax you have to pay. Then you need a current, then fan, then everything you have to pay. That means he has to be in contact with the grahasthas. He has to please grahasthas, and then do something so that they will pay you money, and then you have to earn money and live it. Without earning money, you can't live. Even sannyasi has to earn money and live. Then what kind of sannyasa is it? Because everybody only becoming businessman. Because this is the modern contribution of modern civilization. They say, why sannyasis are just vagabonds, becoming parasites? They are not earning anything. Now they have to work hard. The communism told the same thing. If we come into power, we will employ all the sannyasis. We will put them all these fellows to work. No sannyasi should be seen around on the street. Everybody must work. They are unproductive people. They are parasites in the society. This is what the communists used to say. We heard in our younger days. All these things, why should they do? The priests and temples, they are parasites. They are not working. Simply sitting and doing arati and make so much of money? No. According to the labor, you have to see. Arati is how much labor it takes, only that much you pay. It takes only 2 paisa. That's all, only 2 paisa. Showing arati, what is there in it? Everything is measured only by physical labor alone. Then if Shishya does the seva to Guru, and you tell him he has to pay the Shishya, otherwise why should he get the free service? Why should you take the free service? We say he learns the values of Shraddha, Bhakti, surrender, seva. They say this prema, doma, all these things we don't believe. The seva giva is all nothing but exploitation. If he does any small thing, he puts the pen here, you have to pay. If he gets the book from here, you have to pay. Service, girvis, all this nonsense. Then what happened? No values, no bhakti, no seva, no surrender, no sharanagati. All these values are inhuman. That's why dharma is against our ideology, our development. Everybody earns himself, enjoys, lives for himself. Everybody earns. Your labor has to be economically, evaluated and pay. Even wife cooks. In Hyderabad, there was a big movement when I was in Hyderabad, even after sannyasa, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. There is a big movement. I think there was no TV much, radios were there. TV also just started. Then communists started a movement. Wife is working and cooking at home. Why wife is not paid? She should be given weekly one holiday. And she should be paid for her cooking and washing clothes, for everything. Evaluate and pay to her.
Swamiji, this is
Even to,
also very recent.
when she gives a birth to the child, that also you have to pay. Labor pain, how much she underwent. Labor pain you have to pay. Everything you have to pay. Because you are exploiting the labor. They say it is a prema, it is a wife alone. Hey, prema, gima, nothing but you are exploiting. That means wife and husband are commercial instruments alone. Two commercial objects, commercial machines, they are not human beings. No question of selflessly doing service. Selfless means they terribly, they'll abuse you. They will say, this all the selfless is nonsense.
Swamiji, even in the recent elections in Tamil Nadu, DMK in the election manifesto declared they would give a salary for the housewives.
True. No, this is what communism is. This is what commercialism is. That means everything evaluated from the external thing. That means values, dharma has no place. In fact, they are enemy to all that thing. That means human being has no heart. Human being has no dharma, no moksha. Human being has got only a body. Bodily needs to be produced, supplied. Only bodily needs. You have no needs of the heart. You have no needs of the heart. You have no needs of intellect. You have no curiosity. What is life? Why am I born? What is this world? Where are we going? What is the truth of the world? All that is nonsense. All that is a time pass. You are wasting time. Work hard and make money. That's all. We'll keep you engaged for morning till evening so much that you have no time to question what is Brahma, what is Jagat, why am I born, what is Jiva, what is Brahma. If you put a question, you are wasting time. We will not give you time to question that thing. Morning till evening, work hard so much, you are so tired that go and sleep. Morning, wake up and again one, otherwise we won't give you food. You won't get food. Work hard like machine. Work hard and eat and work and sleep and die. That's all. In communism, in Russia, I was staying in a communist house. He used to say, once people cross 60 or 70, they are unproductive people because after 60 they work a little bit. After 70, 75, 80 they won't be able to work. They sit together and they have to spend a lot of money in there for ill health, for medicine and etc. They say they are unproductive people. Government has to spend more money for them. Kill them. Those who cross that 75, 80 years old, kill the people. All the aged people are killed. And he says we kill them because they are unproductive people. Tell me, what is civilization now?
Being young is the only currency of this civilization.
That's why. No, the total. Just now we have discussed the whole thing. That's why, because of this outlook, Hinduism is looking wrong. Then the Hindu teachers, when they are explaining, do they keep in mind what are the things of ideas our modern youngsters are exposed to? Keeping this in view, you answer. You reinterpret Vedanta keeping this in view. That means Vedantic understanding should be explained by keeping these Purvapakshas in view. When you don't keep these Purvapakshas in view, how are you going to answer? These modern fellows, they put such a questions you can't answer. You Guru, Shishya, Puja, all this is blind belief. You see, put a stone and you worship it, you are commercializing it. Put a stone, ask the people to make money. You are exploiting their gullibility, blind belief. All this is forcing. Remove the stone so that people's money will be saved. Because the priest is exploiting all their money. Why should they spend so much of money? Because they have got a fear that tomorrow I'll get punyam, that my health will be good, my child will be happy. People, once they have a children, they want to say that children should be happy. If any temple go there, they do namaskara, my child will be happy, my child should learn a good education, they will be happy. So parents' love will be in their child, therefore they want. They say, you are exploiting this feeling. Tell them, don't charge any money. What do you call this? So there are different ideologies, like a European American, they say the Christianity is dominant. They say, okay, religion we allow, but it will be your private life. Just as a hobby, like in a hobby. I was in one ashram, Bombay. They told some youngsters, we were brahmacharis studying Vedanta. Some younger boys were brought just for a 2 days camp. During that camp, one scientist was brought, and he was given a topic to discuss science and religion. And he told science is like that, all those things, few things like what you call the plant, what you call the stars and etc., the sun and moon and etc., all those things he discussed. Then the student asked, see, the topic is to compare between religion and science. You talked about only science. What about religion? He told religion is a hobby. Somebody likes smoking and somebody doesn't like it. Just like that. You like to go to temple and you may go. That's all. What is there in religion? It's just like a personal hobby. You like smoking, you smoke. That's all. What is there in religion? I got angry. I asked my neighboring brahmachari, who called this idiot, I told. Not in front of everybody, just this thing. Then I think after this thing, that session was over, that talk. As we come out, I asked, who talked this? This fellow doesn't know neither science nor religion. Why did you bring such a fellow? He's a scientist and addressing our people in the ashram. He says, oh, what are you talking? Our brahmachari, my co-brahmachari, what are you talking? Students are so enthusiastic asking him questions and he's answering. Students are so enthusiastically asking him questions. They are impressed by his talk. What are you talking? Then I thought, am I human being? Am I gone mad? Or these fellows are sane or I am sane? I am insane. My friend whom I asked, is he insane or I am insane? What is this? You understood my question? This fellow is defending that fool. I said, who called that idiot? That fellow is unfit to talk here in this subject. He knows neither science nor religion. We could have talked better. We are students, but we could talk better. Probably the students could talk better. What is this idiot? Why did you bring that fellow? Oh, he says a great scientist. Only animals alone can be great people in these days, in this modern civilization. You should not give thought to human life. Therefore, our Vedanta has to be explained to modern man. Because modern man is exposed to different ideas. And in fact, once he goes to the school and college and media, books and etc., he comes with these ideas alone. Everything he questions. Why should we worship cow? Because cow gives milk. If cow gives milk, dog also looks after. We'll worship dog alone. Or I drink goat's milk, therefore I'll worship goat alone. Now you see, that means, this is what the thing is. That means, just because then postman gives me food, I'll worship postman only. Or courier man gives me, I'll worship courier man. Why should I worship cow alone? If you extend this kind, first thing is, we don't know how to answer. They say, cow gives milk, we drink milk, therefore we do this thing. But we milk, what you call, MA also. Buffalo also. Then why not we worship buffalo? You have no answer. Oh, these fellows are Nastikas. These fellows are becoming, Kali Yuga has come. They just don't know how to understand. Because you don't know how to explain. First thing is, you have not understood with what thinking he is brought up. There is no thinking at all. He is only animal. He is fed with a lot of nonsensical ideas. Animalistic ideas he is fed with. Isn't it? There is no thinking. There is no understanding. All these ideas are fed because these are all considered as a Karl Marx and etc. All these are mental cases, like Jesus and then some of the religious founders. All these are mental cases. Do you see any sane people? Do you think these two Abrahamic religious founders are sane people? Both are mental cases. Both are fried cases. Both are fried cases. You see them, our rishis like Shankaracharya, Yajnavalkya, and our Nachiketa. You see the wisdom, the clarity of them. If you compare to them, they are mental cases. So those fellows brought their ideologies and they propaganda, impose people, what you call, brainwash them right from childhood. That's all. They will think only that way. There's no free thinking at all. There's no understanding of life. Now, keeping this in view, can we address our Hinduism? Can we address and explain to them? This we have not developed. We didn't know how to explain to them. What is man? What is human being? What is nature? We just keep on. That's what Vivekananda told. Vivekananda is brushed aside. Vivekananda is used for this communist. You see what happened to Bengal. Vivekananda we call global Swami, or at least Indian, or at least Bengali. Even Bengali nobody cares. All communism is dominated so much. Communism, Islam, Christianity. Vivekananda has put it when he is only the ashram, that Belur Mat, that's all.
And that too has become secure.
That also we don't know, it's become insecure now. How long it will survive, we don't know. That also may be occupied and converted into mosque or a church. It may become church tomorrow. Or a communist office. Gone already. Now they are also now hundukolta idare. They are adjusting to government policies. because they can't live. That means we people have not analyzed these Siddhantas. Hindus should study what is the goal, what is the view of human being. According to communism, what is human being? What is life? What is world? What is Purushartha? What is its goal? Is it natural to human being or it is imposed and artificial? According to Islam and Christianity, what is human being? What is his nature? What is Atma? What is Jagat? What is truth? What is goal of life? They have no ideas. Some idea is there, you impose on people, and people have their own natural feelings and emotions. Make use of those emotions. Turn those emotions to mobilize those emotions in one particular direction. Use them, enslave them, and use them. That's all. No free thinking. We should have questioned them, analyzed them. What do they do? They are inhuman. They don't address human Purushartha at all. They don't address human being. Just to use you for certain ideology. They don't address you as a human being. Why did we not study these ideologies and expose them? They are main Purapakshas. Kali Purusha, I told you, these are three are Kali Purusha. They are the Purapaksha. Is there a single book which addresses them, criticizes them? We talk of so much of Vedanta, but there is no criticism. Vivekananda does few things, but still we should have continued. Nobody continued. It is Ram Sarup did it. That also many people did not read. Many people, after reading, we have to continue. What Ram Sarup told, we have to continue more. Sitaram Goyal did little bit, but he didn't do more. He did it more social aspect rather than a spiritual man. Because Sitaram Goyal was not a spiritual. Ram Sarup was a yogi. I met him, as I told you. I met him personally. He was a yogi. He was a spiritual man. Sitaram Goyal was not so much, but he understood the basic principles of Hinduism. Now, do we keep these Purapakshas and correct them? A few ideas are good, like organizing, working hard, and certain discipline. Certain things are okay. Certain production, certain new ideas, new science, some research, a few points are okay. But overall is very harmful to human society. That part, we need it, we can retain. At least we should have given a freedom to other people, those who want to live a simple life, don't want to destroy nature. They want to take a minimum from nature and live nature. Nowadays, you see, you destroy nature, forest to forest, you kill them and destroy them, wipe out. But our culture, we don't destroy nature. We keep lot of nature and do little bit, take and live our simple life. Now, is there a room for such people on the earth? They can't live. Increasingly, they are becoming dependent and helpless. They are enslaved. That's why you see all our lower class people, labor class people feeling enslaved. They say, my son should study and become a big officer and make money. Otherwise, we are also becoming slaves. Their values have no meaning. They were living simple life, work hard, get money and etc. some love, and spend time with our service, seva, bhakti, love and parents of children and etc. That itself is a Purushartha for them. There is no Purushartha. Money, enjoy, worldly pleasures. This alone is important. Marriage has become commercial. How much you earn, how much he earns. The sanctity of relationship is lost. The values are lost. The human being is no more a center. Human being is a pawn for the ideology. Is a machine. That's why even now, get back that education ministry. Change the name. Human resources, throw away that name. Get back that human.
It's changed. Union central government has changed it
to education ministry. Okay.
From HRD to education ministry.
What is that?
Very recently.
This is the Congress period they did. I was shocked. What is this? Nobody is questioning. I asked all the journalists. Nobody is questioning. What is this?
Human is not a resource at all.
Human is a vastu, is an object. No. Like a raw material, you come and use them. What is this? Human being is only a vastu. Therefore, we don't owe anything. No values, no risk. If you say education, then they say values, responsibilities, all that we don't learn. We don't teach you, cultivate your purity, shraddha, bhakti, dharma, all that we don't want. We don't look at your personal life. You come and work number of hours and go is over, efficiency. They say, let us teach some yoga and Vedanta to office staff. They say, yes, efficiency increases, teach them so that they can. It is not for efficiency, for your own heart, for your own purity and your personality development, your inner Atma growth. No, for efficiency development, so that they can work hard and more produce. You go to the people, this is what they talk. Yes, we want spiritual Swamis. Swamiji, will you come and teach in our office? They will say. Our office staff, will you address them? so that they can work more relaxed way, more committed, more dedicated, so that there will be more efficiency. How to improve your efficiency? Karma yoga means improving efficiency. Improving efficiency is karma yoga. They want to use Vedanta into another human resource. Sannyasis means another human resource.
Even MBA courses, there is a HRM, Human Resource Management.
All are same. I just know them. That's why I have given you overall picture of it. Diagnosis of the entire thing in 1 hour. 1 hour or 45 minutes. So, from this, you get a new vision. Now I don't have to explain. Now, whatever I have to say in the next classes, you will tell everything. You will be able to tell. Because once I get an overall picture of it, with this picture, you can do everything. We'll stop with this thing today. Oh, today's instead of Sanskrit class, something else is good. But anyway, let it with this also is good. Okay. Om.